Hello, everyone, and welcome to Military Grade Magic. It's going to be episode 9A. Going to be a true to form for Top. He's finally going to play his Rakdos deck. For those of you unfamiliar, Obosh is a real piece of work. Anything with an odd converted mana cost, its damage output is doubled as long as Obosh is on the field. And let's just say just about everything in that deck is an odd converted mana cost. It is a wild deck to play against if you're not used to. Myself, I'm going to be taking a crack at my mono green Super Friends deck with Nissa as my commander. So if you're looking at the timetable for this game, you'll notice it's a very quick game. Anytime you play against Rakdos, the timer starts as soon as the first land is played. It'll always be a very quick game. So enjoy this short episode, and let's just go ahead and get into it.
Yes, I think that is quite fitting, Obosh, for that debut.
Mm-hmm.
So when I bought my mono green deck, I got these Dragon Shield sleeves, and they just so happened to be advertising that week. This shade of green is like their new color, and I was like, oh, perfect. Yeah, I'll just grab those. I started getting ads on my Facebook for now that you've bought these sleeves from Dragon Shield, this is the perfect commander for him. Like, get out of my head and get out of my search history, creeping me out. I got a 6.
Real question is, does it look straight? It looks all like, how's that?
You're okay.
You got what?
I got a 6.
15.
Good golly, Miss
15
Molly.
for the viewers at home.
For all the naysayers.
Well, that's how we're going to start. There is a
Keep rolling.
yeah. Fuck it, we're going to do it live. There we go. I like it. Luxury sweet tap because I only have one opponent. Here we go.
Draw for turn. I'll play a shiny forest and I'll pass.
Oh, that means it taps for 2, right? If
That's
it's
how
shiny.
I understood it.
Going to play a mountain. Tap this for a turn 2 Soul Ring.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
And then these 2 for a Descent into the Avernus. Beginning of my upkeep. I put 2 Descent counters on Descent into the Avernus. Then each player creates X treasure tokens. And then it deals X damage. It's going to be great.
I'm not mad at all.
Okay, your play.
Untap upkeep, draw. I'll play a non-shiny forest, and I'll tap 2 for a Sylvan Library. At the beginning of my draw step, you may draw 2 additional cards. If you do, choose 2 cards in your hand. If you do, choose 2 cards in your hand that were drawn this turn. For each of these cards, pay 4 life or put the card on top of your library.
Okay.
All right, pass to you.
Untap, upkeep trigger, beginning of my upkeep, put 2 Descent counters. Sure. Then each player creates X treasure tokens.
Is it a may or do you have to?
There's no may about this, my friend.
I was just curious because that's one of the big card. That's one of the cards from the Jaws set. So I was just curious for when it's my time.
Okay. So each player creates X treasure tokens, and Descent into the Avernus deals X damage to each player, where X is the number of counters in Descent into Avernus. We take 2 damage. I draw for turn.
All right, so we both got 2 treasures. And we both took 2 damage. Okay.
Yep. I control a mountain. So Dragon Skull Summit enters untapped. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 2 colorless. And we'll tap this for black. I'm flipping to 2 colorless for Cataract Parasite. I do control a red permanent, so he does deal 1 damage to you on each draw.
Okay.
Tapping these 2. Plus my 2 from Floating Soul Ring, that's 4. 1 treasure, and Obosh is on the field now.
Okay.
That is my turn, my friend.
I'm going to draw 3 cards instead of 2, instead of 1 from Sylvan Library.
Wait, you look at the cards first.
You draw 2 cards, and you have to put 2 of them back or pay life.
So you take 4 damage?
No, I'm going to look and see. I do.
Whenever an opponent draws a card,
yeah, I drew 3 cards.
Damage.
I drew 3 cards, so.
Alright, so that's 6 damage then.
That sucks. So what happens when you're playing the Rakdos player, I suppose? You got any prevent gaining life going on over there?
No, we can gain life still.
All right, I'm gonna put 2 of them back, so I lose no additional life from that. All right, I'll play a forest. Man, I'm not going fast enough. It's gonna be a problem. All right, I will 2, 3, 1 treasure to play Nissa Ravane. She comes in with 2 loyalty counters on her. And I will use her +1, search your library for a card named Nissa's Chosen and put it onto the battlefield. Then shuffle your library. Those are my extra cards somehow got in there. All right. Nissa's Chosen. If Nissa's Chosen would die, put it into the bottom of your library instead. It's a 2/3.
Okay.
All right. I pass.
Okay. Untap. Upkeep happens. 2 counters. We take 8 damage, and we get 4 treasure.
Why not?
Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, it's odd. Each player creates X treasure tokens. Beginning upkeep, put 2. It deals damage, so it's doubled by Obosh because it's odd. All right, draw for turn. I'm gonna go down to 3 and use the 2 that I cracked for Sign in Blood. Target player draws 2 cards and loses 2 life. I'll do myself to draw 2 cards.
I don't suppose your black cards whenever any player draws cards, just me.
Whenever an opponent
Yeah,
draws a card.
that figures.
All right, so 2, crack all these. That's 5, 6.
It's a lot of mana.
For Havoc Festival, players can't gain life.
There it is.
Beginning of each player's upkeep, that player loses half their life rounded up. It's even, so it's not doubled though. I might die if you make it through your upkeep on mine, because the Sent to the Avernus is probably going to kill me.
Well, I have less life than you, so it'll kill both of us.
Yeah. All right. Why not? Tap in 2 for Night's Whisper. I draw 2 cards and I lose 2 life. Why not?
Okay.
I haven't played a land for turn. I'll play a Swamp and I pass.
Untap. Upkeep. I will not draw 3 this time. I'll just draw the 1. I'll lose 2 life.
You lose 2 life, yes. And then Havoc Festival trigger on your upkeep as well. You lose half your life rounded up.
Down to 11. Fun. Okay. Play a forest. So what are we going to take next turn? 12 damage?
Well, that bumps to 6, so it's 12.
12 damage.
I go to 13, so I will win by 1.
Well, your life will get round. I guess you get to stack the triggers however you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta poke me.
And Obosh is a 3/5 or 6/5?
6/5 when he deals damage, 3/5 otherwise.
Alright. Fuck it, we ball, as someone once told me. I'll crack my 5 treasures, tap a forest, and I will play Vorinclex, Monstrous Raider. He's a 6/6, trample and haste. If you would put 1/1 counters on something, put twice that many instead. If an opponent would put 1 or more counters on something, they put half that many instead.
Okay.
All right, so that's that. And then I'm gonna go into combat now.
Okay.
And I'm gonna swing 6/6 trample and haste at you.
All right. I'll go to 6, I guess.
You'll take the 6, is what you're saying?
Let me see here. Is that the douche canoe, Vorinclex, that doesn't let me untap my lands?
No, I don't have him.
Oh, okay. Okay. No. That changes things, and I thought that was the one. I'm going to double block. No, I'm just going to block with Obosh.
Just Obosh.
Yeah, just Obosh, yeah.
Okay. As you assign blocks, I will respond by tapping 2 and playing Tangle Sap.
Okay.
Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt from creatures without trample. So only Vorinclex will do damage. So he'll destroy Obosh, and then there should be 1 additional damage that you take from the trample damage.
Okay.
That's my graveyard. All right. I will do her +1, even though I cannot gain life. It just prevents it, right? That's all it is.
Cannot gain life is what it says.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like if you would gain life, you lose it instead, or something.
Oh, yeah, no.
That you would definitely have if you could. Okay. Because her -7 is I can pull all my elves out of my deck. So, not that I think I'm gonna get there, but there's no sense.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. All right. I'll pass.
All right. Untap. Upkeep triggers. I'm gonna do. That goes down to. I wonder how much life.
You only get
to
one.
6.
No, you only get one because of Vorinclex. You only get half as many counters as you would get.
Oh, okay. So 5. It takes me to 20. 20 is 10. Or what's half of? Yeah, it's better to do this to stack the triggers this way. I get more life at the end, so
we both lose 5 life.
We both lose 5 life, and then I lose half my life. And then I draw for turn. Play a Swampy Swamp. Oh, I also create the 5 treasures. So there's 2. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for Obosh coming back out, and then going down to 1 for Volga blah blah blah.
Okay.
OBKB.
Am I getting another turn?
Yeah.
It's not good. All right, my go?
Yeah.
Untap, upkeep, I lose half my life, so I'm down to 3.
Okay.
I draw a card, I lose 2 life.
Yes, and then I trigger Volga. Whenever an opponent loses life, first time during each of their turns, put a +1/+1 on him. But he doesn't get a +1/+1, right? Or is it just half?
You only get
So
half.
Get my 1.
Half rounded down. So if it would be 1, it would become 0.
Oh, okay. Well, I still get the card.
Okay. What to do?
Why is Chick-fil-A so delicious?
I don't know. My son thinks it is too. All right, we're gonna believe in the heart of the cards. Are you ready?
Okay. If you draw a card, you die, though, right?
I don't have to draw a card for this trick.
Oh, I thought heart of the cards was like.
I already drew for turn.
Check.
2. Sack 4 treasures. To play Nissa, Nature's Artisan, because of Vorinclex.
Hold up. What does all that stuff do? What does she do while she's on the stack?
While she's coming on the stack, her +3 is you gain 3 life. -4, reveal the top 2 cards of your library. Put all land cards from them onto the battlefield. The rest into your hand.
Okay.
-12, all your creatures get +5/+5 and 20.
Are you passing priority with her on the stack?
Yes, just be aware. Yeah, if she resolves because of Vorinclex, she will come in with double the number of counters.
Yes.
Okay.
So
go ahead.
Flash Treasure for red. I'll lightning bolt you for 6.
Don't know why you waited that long. Yeah, I can't do anything.
I drew that from his trigger from you.
Oh, okay.
And I couldn't do it until you played a card.
Yes. Okay. All right. Well, no. This is not me complaining about how the game went. I was just like, when I saw Rakdos, I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. No, I think it ran right. I just don't think.
Okay.
No, we're good. I will have plenty of opportunities to play this game.
The waves are rising with the haunted glow. The sorcerer laughs, but he does not know. As he goes to cast his combo to go infinite, I shall cast Swan Song to end this incident. Oh, counter, counter, twist the tide, unravel all his wicked pride. With every chant and every sway, I'll send you infinite. I shall cast Swan Song to end this incident. Oh, counter, counter, twist the tide, unravel all his wicked pride.
So I picked up the 1 card, the Arborer dog guy, on the way home from work today.
Oh, wow. You know what's funny? So when I was building my Baitor deck, he was in the pre-con for the Big Butts Tarkir Dragonstorm. And I looked at him, and I guess I didn't pick up what he was saying. I thought it was his toughness, and I was like, 4 mana for a four ram spell that I can't even use the same turn, useless. And I pitched him, and then as I was like
When you say
building
pitch,
the
you don't
deck,
mean throw away.
I didn't throw it away.
Okay.
I threw it in like my junk drawer of cards, and I was just like, yeah, no big deal. And then like later, I was like going back. I was like, oh no, I've made it terrible. I had to like dig through all my cards and find it. It was a bad time.
Trying to remember in Toy
Dangerous time
Story,
for the
there was that land of like misfit toys or whatever.
That's Rudolph.
Oh, okay. Land of misfit Rudolphs. I don't know, but there's probably a Magic the Gathering equivalent to this. Cards that
Well,
just
there's not,
don't
there
quite
should be.
have it, have it together. There was
I
one
just
commander.
always felt bad for the water pistol that was filled with jelly. Like, that wasn't his fault. He didn't do anything wrong. One of those kids put jelly in him.
There's one commander I saw that had something to do with creatures that don't have any text or like any abilities or something like that.
Yeah. Yep. Cookie Monster has one of those. It's a vanilla deck. That's what they call it.
Really?
Yeah, it's any creature that doesn't have any well, I don't know what's activated, static, or any kind of abilities. It's just a vanilla card. They get +2/+2 or something along those lines. They get buffs for just being nothing.
Just existing, they get stuff, huh?
Yeah, it's a vanilla bean deck. Yeah,
Okay.
pretty good with bears. It's like the best tribe to run with that, just because bears have there's a lot of bears, but they don't do a lot. So
There's probably what 4 or 5 functional reprints with just different names of grizzly bear, like brown bear,
I mean,
tutu
we
bear.
quick Google search will tell us how many bears are in. Why is how many bears are there in Japan the number one thing popping up right
Well,
now?
pandas are is it panda bear Chinese or Japanese?
Chinese. There are 80 different bear creature cards in Magic the Gathering.
I would have lost that bet.
Mm-hmm. But there's the one bear commander that turns all creatures into 2/2 with no abilities. So it turns everything into a bear. That's the dream.
So today we're going to talk about removal, different forms, why I probably don't run near as much as I should. I think I am, when we're just talking generic removal, not even just like creature removal, but just, destroy artifact, destroy enchantment, destroy creature, planeswalker, permanent. Thank you, dear. Wife brought me some tea. It's glorious.
Is she trying to mellow you out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, as I was saying, I realized that maybe our group meta has shifted to where higher quantities of removal are needed. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I should just make a deck built around it. And I found an interesting commander to build that concept around.
You hearing that, everyone? Shift the meta. He's adapted.
He's evolving.
You were leading formation. It was after the FTX, the last one we were on, and a couple of the soldiers, as I was walking towards the back of the formation, they called me off to the side and was like, "Hey, Chief, how do we beat top?"
What?
I was like, "Do you want to have a class?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I was like, "You guys aren't running enough blue. That's your problem. If you want to know how to beat top, you're not running enough blue." Which is to say, you're not running enough removal. You're not controlling the board, which is really what removal is all about. Is controlling the board. Because if you're not running removal, that means you are trusting the other player to fumble and mess up. And you're just hoping that your game plan is going to work better than theirs. Removal puts the control of the game back in your hands. I think is the best way to describe it.
It gives you
unless
the tools to be your own boss.
Yeah. Yeah. No, like for real though, like if you, I think, the games where like one of us doesn't draw any removal, it really shows because it like someone's gonna take off and it is out of control because nobody is putting a stop to what is happening. I think a perfect example is when we had Astro on and we left him alone, because he was just kind of dirtling over there.
Yeah.
And then he got Mirari's Wake, and then he got, whatever. And it was one of those, like, I would love to have an enchantment removal right now in my hand, but I don't.
Yep.
And he took off. It does not take long. Once the engine is running, if you're not doing anything to stop them, they're going to get off and away with it. So, yeah, removal is your counteraction to that. And I do want to, again, this is not scripted. We don't talk really about this before we do these. So when I say removal, at max, it's one thing per player at the table when I talk removal. Anything more than that, like your board wipes, things of that nature, I would put that you can either mass removal or disruption is a little bit more, I think. And I think next week is the plan. We'll do disruption, but that's going to be your Wrath of Gods, your toxic deluges, all that fun stuff. That is mass disruption, mass board wipes, wiping the field clean, cyclonic rip, that kind of stuff. So when we're talking about removal, I'm talking about there's a singular threat. Mirari's Wake's on the board. What was the card today? Havoc Festival. Havoc Festival's on the board. I got to get rid of. That was why I was trying to get Nissa out, because if I can draw an enchantment removal, because I have it in the deck, I have lots of it in the deck, and they're cheap too. I was like, if I can just get one of these enchantment removals on the draw, I can win the game, because I have things in my hand that will let me draw or gain life, and I will survive long enough so that Top will kill himself with his own stuff.
The more I think about it, that Descent into the Avernus may be the GOAT of that deck.
I think that's the first time I remember you ever playing it when we were playing.
I've been able to cast it one other time, but you destroyed it before I can get any real significant momentum with it.
Yeah. That's one of the Jaws cards, and I'm about it. I'm excited.
What's the fun name of it? It's not We Need
Panic.
a Bigger Boat?
Panic on Amity Island.
Ooh, okay.
Because the mayor was being greedy and tried to keep the beaches open in the movie, if you remember.
Man, it's been a minute.
Okay, yeah, so that was like the whole thing, like like the people hunting the shark. They're like, "Hey, we got to close these beaches down. These sharks are going to eat people." And they was just like, "No, this is the biggest money making weekend of the year. We can't close the beaches. You're crazy." So anyway, Panic on Amity Island,
Yeah.
Everyone gets treasures. And then there's blood.
So before my wife handed me this tea, I was talking about there's a new commander I'm building. I think I'm pronouncing this guy right. It is Kelsine, the Plague, red, white, black. What's that color? Tribe
Red,
again?
white, black is Mardu.
Yeah. So he has Vigilance Haste, 2/2. He gets a 1/1 counter for each experience counter I have. And if I remember right, experience counters don't go away if he dies. Because that's like a separately tracked thing, like energy.
Yeah, if it's on you, yeah.
Yeah.
So some things you get experience counters. Some things it's the card. It just depends.
Yeah, because how it reads is I can tap this guy. He deals 1 damage to target creature I don't control. That's the big key there. When that creature dies this turn, I get an experience counter. So it's just like I have, Gorgon's Flail, I have Basilisk Collar. Just like poke any creature for 1, it dies. And I get an experience counter and a 1/1. I don't know. I was like, I'm just going to build a whole deck around removal. And then to kind of offset me destroying everyone's stuff, I have a lot of cards that give my opponents 1/1 creatures.
Oh, so they can't opt out of having things.
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
you will have fun regardless if you want to or not.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's perfect.
yeah. Back to removal right quick. Would you consider bounce spells removal?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and for those of you that were paying attention during the Simic deck that I played, that was my preferred form of removal. And I'll say that to say, let's say I bounce your commander to your hand, or I bounce your best card, whoever, right? You just, the turn prior, you just spent all your mana getting them out. If I bounce him back to your hand, I have effectively taken control of your next turn. Because you know what you're probably going to do? You're probably going to play him again and be out of mana again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anytime I can control you, the other player, and tell you, hey, this is what you're going to play next turn. And it messes up your plan. But, and my favorite part about this is, it will probably piss you off the least of any of the other removals. Because if I bounce Liberty Prime back to your hand, you're going to be way less mad at me than if I exiled it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Or whatever. So I think as far as, and that's something you can keep in mind too. If you don't care about that, if you don't care about pissing off your board, whatever. But just something to keep in mind. If the rest of if when you bounce something back to their hand, they're like, well, I was the threat, whatever. At least it's not gone forever. They might think of it that way, but you will know, hey, I have dictated next turn they're going to play that again. And you know what? I probably have another bounce spell in my hand if they're still a threat. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, good things to keep in mind.
Just doing a quick Google search of top removal spells MTG.
Well, obviously, you're going to have your staples, your swords, plowshares, swords to plowshares, path to exile. White is really good about exiling people's stuff. Almost said farewell. That's mass removal. The other big thing that I like doing with white spells is your kind of like your binding spells, however you want it, your pacifies, things like that. Anything, especially when you're playing commander, anything that you can remove something without actually removing it, it's on the board, but it literally does not do the thing that you want it to do. S tier removal spells right there. Your elk spells that Top played during our first game. Anything like that where you can remove something without actually removing it. It's gonna be the stuff that you're looking for, especially if you're trying to get out of the tier 3, you're wanting to move towards tier 4. Anything where you can permanently, depending on the deck type, right? If someone's not running something to the effect of where they can self-remove their commander, I'm trying to think of a good example. If you, for example, if I was playing dog meat against you, right, and you turned my dog meat into, or you pacified dog meat or something like that, I'm probably out of the game now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
game's over. Like, I don't have a lot of enchantment removal in a lot of decks anyway, but I definitely don't have, unless I draw Blasphemous Act or something where I'm going to wipe the entire board, I'm probably out of the game now.
yeah,
So,
it's the Achilles heel of any Voltron, right?
You're really Voltron,
susceptible to
because
that.
you only got the one creature.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you turn dog meat into an elk, I'm probably just gonna quit. I'm just gonna put Buster Sword on it and say, let's just fucking go.
It's duct tape to the antler. So one of my favorite removal spells is Wear and Tear. It's I can't remember, it's like a 2 spell card, right, where you get to choose one or the other.
Yeah. Yep.
I wish they would bring that back. But Wear a generic and a red to destroy target artifact or tear. 1 planes to destroy target enchantment.
Mm-hmm.
Any Boros, anything that has red white, I usually auto slot that in for my removal package.
That's how I feel about and when I'm running Boros, deflecting palm is the auto include every time.
You just don't see it coming.
Oh man, you know what? Yeah, you let a Voltron player, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm gonna hit you for 30-30." And it's like, "Cool. I'm going."
I declare no
you.
blocks. Something's up. And it's at that point he knew he fucked up.
Yeah, I just suspiciously have Boros Signet untapped. No big deal. Yeah.
And in Ghoul Caller, I don't know what you would call those, but your Dictate of Erebos, your grave packs, where a creature of mine gets destroyed, you have to sacrifice one of your creatures.
Ooh.
Like,
yeah.
You basically have control of the board, especially when it's up and running. You know, here's one for you: Strip Mine and Wasteland. I don't run a single one of those in any of my decks, and I have always thought I think those almost should be auto includes.
You know what's wild? I was thinking about you this week. Because of all the Avatar: The Last Airbender cards that have been announced. So one of the mechanics is earthbending. I don't know if you've looked into this at all.
I've only heard of the fire one.
Okay, so earthbending is you turn your lands into creatures. Okay.
Okay.
Any land, you turn it into a creature. If that creature would die or be exiled, it comes back to the battlefield, completely fine.
Brother, this is going to get sus.
You can turn Strip Mine into a creature and just fucking keep destroying every single land your opponents control. If you can keep spamming earthbending, you can just wipe their board clean. Oh man, I was seeing that and I was just
dang.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple cards in the set where it's like this creature does damage to you, earthbend 4, and that your creature becomes a 4, or your land becomes a 4/4 now, and it's like untap it, and it's like, brother. So I don't know. You could probably get it off once or twice per turn, but it's just one of those things where it's just like, man, Top was saying he wanted a little bit more land hate. I was just like, they're doing it. They're doing it for him. So,
brother, this card Hull Breach, it is Gruul. A red, green. Choose one. Destroy artifact. Destroy target artifact. Destroy target enchantment, or destroy target artifact and target enchantment. What the fuck? Like, where has this card been? That sounds so
thing.
good.
There are some cards that have just been like hiding. You know what I mean? I keep hearing about them all the time. I'll be listening to other podcasts and be like, oh yeah, auto includes like this. I'm like, how have I never heard of this card?
I've noticed through my theory crafting of the decks, if you will, anything that has to deal with blue and either exiling or destroying, you also give the player something else in return. Like Pongify, like your Pongify effects. It's cheap, and they're usually always really cheap. But you destroy target creature, it can't be regenerated. Its controller gets a 3/3 green 8 creature token. And then there's like a one where they get a Raven, Swan Song, right? You get these cheap removals, because I would consider a counterspell a removal spell.
Yeah, no, I was gonna get into that. Yeah, I think blue for removal is the most flexible. They have the most of it. They can exile, they can counter, they can bounce things back to people's hands. They can pretty much do it all. And I think counter spells is definitely their strongest suit because I'd say they're the only ones really in the color pie that have a grip on that. But So when we were talking earlier, that's what I was gonna say. We were talking earlier. Our pods do not run enough blue
No.
for the level that we're running at. Because, like we said, we're probably 3.5 with some of our better decks for the most part. When you're at that level, somebody in the pod should be, at a minimum, should be running blue.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of the insane power creature. Because otherwise, we're all just going to run berserk. You know what I mean? That's why I think I like running my my Y'shtola deck. She's
Yeah.
pretty much just a straight counters deck. Because it's every time I cast non-creature spell, so it's just like, okay, well, I'm just have a shit ton of counter spells in here. That's a non-creature spell. So yeah, I don't know. That's kind of my my thought on that. But it's not popular. Nobody likes being countered. You know, when you had your big plan for your big spell.
I
But
must be a closet red player because I'm looking at all my decks on Archideck, the ones I have built, and majority of them are red. Believe it or not, I have
I just assumed they were all Rakdos.
I have 4 blue identities. You know, Braids obviously, Arcades, Thassa, Liberty Prime, and Atraxa.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What's your preferred removal when you're building the deck?
I usually always go single target removal, right? Because it's usually one piece that someone has that's causing me a headache. So instead of blowing my turn, blowing the board, you know, I could.
I don't know how you can get away saying that. There's children watching this right now.
I'm not going to spend my turn destroying the entire board. Little PG rated here.
Yes.
But single target is where I lean into the most. And really, I think when you brought up Toxic Deluge, I don't have a single copy of that. And
really,
brother, what is wrong with me? Why am I doing this?
every black deck
I would have
auto
thought
include
so.
for me. I love that card. It's so good. 3 mana. I can wipe the board.
It's versatile because if you have a high toughness creature, you know, you can pay as little up to that amount as you want to keep that creature alive.
Yeah, there's a new one. It's like black X, and it's the same thing, but you don't pay life. For this new avatar set, it's like Day of the Black Sun or something like that. It's very similar, but you know, in a Golgari deck though, where you're ramping all the time, that would be really, really good. Just wipe the board.
You know, one of my favorite ones that I just love because it comes out of nowhere is Sudden Spoiling. It has split second, so you can't do anything, right? So it's a combat trick for Giza. Till the end of turn, creature loses all abilities and has a base power and toughness of 0-2. Like, that's one of my favorites.
A good one.
Oh, Defile. I forgot about that. It puts -1/-1s on a single creature to the number of swamps you have, so it gets around indestructible.
That's good. That's the other thing, I guess, to keep in mind too, depending on what you're playing against. If you're playing against a Voltron deck or something like that, that's going to have a lot of make this creature indestructible. Running a Shadow Spear or running something that can get rid of that indestructibility, like -1/-1 counters, huge. Gonna be huge. Huge.
Yeah, like in Giza, I'm only running 8 removal. It's horrible. That's 8%. I have an 8% chance, or whatever it is, this off the rip of getting that. I mean, granted, a lot of these, they're either repeatable with one being Dictate of Erebos, one being Grave Pact, but I have the OG Ugin, the one where you -X and you exile anything mana value X or less. But I'm horrible at
I'm looking right now. I only had 8 removal in my in my green deck that I just played.
Mm-hmm.
But I say that to say some of my mass removal, like Back to Nature,
Mm-hmm.
destroy all enchantments, 2 green. That's it. So I was just like, I can be just fine. If I was like, if I can just get something, anything. Bane of I had enough mana. I could have played Bane of Progress too. If but anyway, it wasn't in the cards. You know what I mean?
They giveth and they taketh.
It's true. It's true. Let's see. Let's see another one of my decks here that's a little more refined. Like I said, that was my first running with
You know,
Nissa.
I would be, I would think lying if I didn't say Tuvasa is one of my strongest decks, right? And it's because even the removal package is moving the plan forward because I have a lot of enchant, like you said,
Oh, mm-hmm.
enchant target permanent, it becomes a 0/2 frog. Or these they call them these seals of cleansing and seals of the primordium, where they're an enchantment, but until I sacrifice it, it's just an enchantment, but I can sacrifice it and destroy target artifact or enchantment. So, and I probably have, I think, close to 20 in total removal spells and enchantments in that deck.
That's insane.
It is. It's silly.
It's just silly. My Amass deck has 12 removal. My Big Butts deck has 4.
Oh, no. Oh, man.
There's a reason for that. Hold on. That can't be right. Huh? That is. I've got Aura Shards, Deadly Relic, Owl Renewal, and Swords to Plowshares, and that's it.
So, Path of Exile or Swords to Plowshares? Which one?
And that really depends, right? At the end of the game, I'd rather give you a land, but at the beginning, I think so.
I don't
If
know.
it also depends, because at the end of the game, right, you've
Mhm.
probably got your biggest creature on the board that I'm going to Swords to Plowshare.
Sure.
Give you 12 life at the end of the game. That's probably a death nail. If I give you a land, that's not a big deal. But I'd say inversely, at the beginning of the game, giving you a land's going
It's
to give you a
huge.
head start. Yeah.
I have pathed my own creature just to get another land before.
Yeah. I think I have it on recording. You doing that?
Even though I'm not running black, I will run every color like it were black.
You're an interesting character. That's how I'll put it. Hey, it works. You're winning 6-4 right now, so I think you're good. You just keep doing what you're doing.
Well, the longer we play, the closer that's going to get to 50%, which is average, right?
Yeah, I mean the law of averages.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean that would infer that you and I are equal players, which isn't true.
What do you think? All right, so say
Goodness, excuse
you
me.
could only pick 10 removal cards, like you're in some tournament, some game format, what have you, that says you have to have no more and no less than 10 removal
Okay.
cards. Those can be any type of removal you want. How would you divvy out the percentage of enchantment, artifact, creature, or permanent removal?
So best advice, because I'm a green player, I'm gonna play green. I'm gonna play things like Canker Bloom that let you pick. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Canker Bloom, 2 mana, and then you pay 1, you sacrifice Canker Bloom, destroy target artifact, destroy target enchantment, or proliferate. So versatile. Those are the kind of, if I can only have 10,
Yeah.
I had to have 10, I would pick things that were going to be so flexible with whatever it is I'm trying to do. You know what I mean?
But if you were to give it a percentage, right, of that
Okay.
10%, How many tints are going to be targeting? Will this lump artifact and enchantment into one and creature into another? Because there's a lot of cards that destroy target artifact or enchantment. Would you go 50-50, 60-40, 70-30?
I will say, and this is all retrospective, right?
Mhm.
Like, not actually in the heat of the game, but like 9 times out of 10, it's I wish I had something to remove that enchantment.
Brother,
You know
every
what I
time
mean?
for me.
I
Every time.
never, I am, and it, again, it's probably because I'm the green player, and I'm like, I have the biggest thing on the board, but very rarely am I sitting around like, man, how am I going to get rid of that creature? Even when I mean, because, okay, bad example, but like Blightsteel Colossus, because it's just going to go back. You can't actually kill it. It just goes back
Mm-hmm.
in the deck. But like, even when he's out, I'm like, okay. I will find a way to get around this big hulking mess.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I'll blink him back to your hand or
It's like
something.
a
It'll be fine.
solvable problem, a really
Yeah,
big one, but it's
yeah.
solvable.
Very rarely do I see a creature come on the board. Normally, when a creature comes on the board, I'm like, fuck, what am I going to do about this? It's because
Mm-hmm.
it's static ability that's basically an enchantment. Like the Esper deck that lets you play things odd converted mana costs.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Things like that, where it's just like, well, I got to find a way to get rid of that because he's never going to block with that creature.
Mm-hmm.
Things like that is how I would describe that. So
Would you rather have cheap single target destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature, or have a little more expensive, we'll call them like Beast Within, it's 3, and then Generous Gift, it's 3, but it's destroy target permanent? Would you rather have the flexibility of doing anything, but happen to have maybe holding mana up, maybe not, maybe sacrificing your game plan for a turn to take care of a permanent on the board, or have a cheap spell and then like you draw, it's like, oh crap, this one is for creature and I need one for an enchantment? You know what I mean?
yeah, I hear you.
Which one would you rather have? The more
I
specific but cheaper, or a little more expensive but it gets everything?
I would definitely want to lean more into the flexibility,
Mm-hmm.
just because. And that's the same reason why I run tutors, and I know you and I don't agree on that, but
Mm-hmm.
the reason I run tutors not to like I want to get my combo pieces out.
Yeah.
It's the idea of no matter what comes out on the board, if I pull a tutor out,
Mm-hmm.
like if it's turn 6 and I draw a tutor, it's like, okay, this is what's going on the board. I can pull the perfect card for next turn.
Yep.
That's my thought process. Exact same thing with the flexibility on removal. I don't know what's going to be in the opponent's deck when we start the game, when we shuffle up, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you play Tavasa, show me Tavasa and rule and the rule 0 point of the game, and you're like, yeah, I'm playing Tavasa. I'm like, all right, he probably got a shit ton of enchantments, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to be a dick and like, I'm changing my deck now. You know what I mean?
Where's my
That's
aura
not
shards
cool.
deck at?
Yeah. Let me go get all of my
My
destroy
token
enchantment.
generating aura shards have
Yeah.
all the tutors in the world.
Yes. So I'm not gonna do that, right? So I would much rather, if I was gonna be sitting down in a polite game, I would do goodness, I would do the flexibility, and it might
Mm-hmm.
cost a little bit more. But again, if you're doing the big plays, to remove someone, gonna blow up someone's enchantment, right? It probably was gonna be the only if you couldn't have done that, right? Probably was going to lose anyway, right? Just like
Yeah.
Havoc Festival this last game, right?
Mm-hmm.
The game was over because I couldn't get a removal out. There wasn't going to be anything that if I couldn't get a removal out to remove Havoc Festival, the game was over.
It puts the game on speed dial, as the lyrics say.
Yes. You hey, it was fitting that you won. I didn't throw the game, but I would have for you.
Aw. Do you have anything else regarding removal you want to discuss?
I think the big thing is gonna be there for a while when I first started playing, because that's what this is all going back to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lessons learned from when we first started playing. When I first started playing, my thought process was, best removal is removing the other players, right? I don't need to worry about what they have on the board. I'm just gonna beat them, and then I don't have to worry about them anymore. And that, especially in a four person pod, right?
Yeah.
You cannot, that will not work, right? If there's 3 tops sitting there and I only, I might knock you out and then I got to deal with 2 more. I think the best thought process is, like we started, if you have removal, you can control the board. If you don't, you're at the mercy of whatever they have going on. So don't
Well,
don't skip on your lands. Don't skip on removal. It will bail you out of bad situations.
well, I also I had this thought today as well that I build all of my decks with the mindset I'm gonna have 3 other players I'm playing against.
Mm-hmm.
So if everyone's running 10 removal, that's 40 removal at the board, and 30 of that is could be helping me, right? Because the one person I'm wanting to target, me and 2 other players, we can use our removal to get the arch enemy down. So
Sure.
maybe that's why I don't put near as much removal.
You got too
in.
much faith in your comrades, is what I'm
You
hearing.
my fellow Americans. But
Speaking of which, by the time this episode's coming out, Veterans Day is coming up. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate everybody. Veterans Day.
yes, thank you all for your service. Go get your free breakfast at Hy-Vee.
Ooh, yes.
That's I'm pretty jacked for.
I do have a timer going. It's because I am doing my half marathon tomorrow. So I'm going to be getting my big breakfast tomorrow, but after my run. But yes, make sure you get all of your. When we were at AIT, they used to give us the roster of all the places giving away free stuff. So
Yeah,
be sure to get yours.
for sure. So rumor has it that Vivi finally got the axe. Is that true?
It's not official yet, but on Arena, the digital version of the game, they actually nerfed him. It's a tap ability. It's a tap ability now, and not a 0 cost ability, which a lot of people are like, that's what it should have been from the beginning. So the rumor mill is the banning is going to happen on Monday.
That's interesting. I'm not going to say paper magic's going to go by the wayside because I don't know if it ever will. But the ability to go back and fix your screw up, if you will, with the digital platform is pretty nice.
If they had done that, we're going back a full year now, but Nadu, right? They messed up so bad on Nadu, they banned him. Like, if they'd done the same thing what they're doing now with Vivi, if they just gone back and said you can only do Nadu's ability once per turn, still a really good card.
Yep.
Just putting it back in a fair playable space. So I think it's a really interesting time to be playing the game where they can do something like that. But it's also kind of I talked about it before where they went back, they changed Rampaging Bailoffs too.
Really?
Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, it's no longer a May ability. You play a land, you have to put a creature on the field.
I mean, I don't understand the point on why that was such a big deal.
Right.
Like, of course I want to make a 4/4.
I'm going to say 9.9 out of 10 times, right? 99 out of 100 times. That's the reason Rampaging Bailoff's in the deck, right?
Sure.
But if something is on the opponent's side of the field, and it's like, hey, if whenever a creature is the battlefield, you know,
Mhm. Oh,
XYZ happens, and I don't
Yep.
want to give that whatever, but I need this land to make my play. Sorry,
oh,
you can't do that. So
interesting.
very, very interesting.
I didn't know that was such a problem.
Oh man, like 2 months ago they announced that. Yeah, it was a real shocker. I was surprised.
That's
As
not
all
even
the
in
screen
standard,
players,
is it?
we felt it in our jimmies. I don't think so.
Huh. Wonder who they're making that change for then.
I couldn't
Commander, I
tell you.
guess. I don't know. Is it played in modern?
Well, so 90, I mean, Commander makes over 80% of their money, is
Sure.
what I heard recently. So, like, most changes are for
Yeah.
the people they make is the interest of Commander. So,
And I'll be fair, like they make all these bannings and all these changes. You can come to the table. I really don't care. You know, you can
yeah,
come with the jeweled lotus. That's fine. Just expect me to, when I have this burn spell, just to hit you right back in the face with it. You know?
yeah. So we kind of touched on it before. We were talking about brackets earlier,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a point, and I kind of fizzled on it before I got there. Jewel Lotus, whatever. If you have an infinite Kiki Jiki combo in your deck,
Mm-hmm.
that's fine, right? Most of my decks are not going to be able to compete with you if on turn 2 you can go infinite, right? But if that's how you play, that's cool. Like, whatever. Don't be the guy. I had a guy last mob. He sat down with us and he was like, I've not played Commander in like 5 years. And I was like, oh, well, welcome back. You know what I mean? And he goes, yeah, this is super weak. This is before the bracket system. And he was like, yeah, this is like a 5 or a 6. And I was like, oh yeah. I was like, I'm so bad at this game. I don't even know what I'm at on this 10 tier system. I don't even know. And I was running, I think it was my Merfolk deck. And he's like, it was like, who, you want to go first? And I was like, no, man, you haven't played in a while. There was a whole pot of us. Like, you just go ahead and go. So he, turn 1, Mountain, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet. And I was like, okay.
Oh no.
I was like, all right, turn 1. Okay. Really lucky opening hand there, mister. I haven't played in 5 years. Turn 2, it was a red-black goblin deck. I can't remember. But anyway, he got the Infinite Goblin loop set up on turn 2. Now, the rest of the table, very rookie. They were like, oh, wow, he's got a really good play. And I was like, he's going to win next turn. And they were all like, what? And I was like, he has set up the Infinite Goblin loop. If we allow him to start his next turn and draw his card, he wins the game. And the guy was sitting there like shaking his head like, yeah, I win next turn if you guys don't have a counter spell. And they were just like, no, dude, don't be like that. Don't be. And I was like, no, I'm telling you, he's going to win. And he did. And then the next game, he didn't have the Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, or whatever, but exact same thing, got the loop going again. And I was just like, all right, man, that's not a 5. You're running a 9 or a 10, and I'm not going to play with you anymore if you're going to win on turn 3 every time, because none of us can compete with you.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a game. This is just you showing up and beating the shit out of us and leaving. You know what I mean? So anyway, I'd kind of started getting into that. I'd like to think that most people aren't going to do that kind of thing where they just kind of sit down like, oh, I haven't played in a while, whatever. Yeah, don't worry about this commander. It's no big deal. It doesn't really do anything. You know what I mean? So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'll play with anybody. But yeah, if you're, a dick, I might just get up and leave and you can play with somebody else. But
Well, it goes to show it's like maybe in the pod he was playing in prior, I don't know, just giving the guy the benefit of the doubt. maybe they were all running tier 1
Sure.
CEDH stuff, you know?
CEDH is almost an entirely different game.
It is.
It's not almost. It is an entirely different game. I know we all fall under the Commander banner, but it's not. If you don't have the built to stack, there's no. This is, I like this card. It's in the deck. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You're running Boss's Oracle or whatever. Like, you have to have the exact right card so that you can win. But
It's like the
anyway.
equivalent of saying, yeah, Delta's in the army. I'm like, okay, let's just say they may fall under the banner, but they are an entirely different organization.
Yeah, the Ranger Corps is as well, and I also would not make it through that group. Absolutely.
Did you have any Corgi finance minutes today?
I actually am going to give the disappointed dad talk to everybody.
Oh, no.
No, it's not disappointed dad talk. No, I want to talk about the price drops from all these new card sets real quick.
Okay.
So it's good. It's a good. We talked about. We talked about. We were able. We had the podcast up and going whenever we started doing when the Spider-Man set was about to come out. So we saw the hype, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to kind of talk about these huge price drops that happened. To say on day one of Avatar. Because then the next thing I want to get into is like some of the prices that are coming out, like estimated prices for these cards. Like, don't unless you're just like the biggest Avatar fan in the world, don't buy these cards the day they come out, is what I'm trying to say. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. Mind you, the Spider-Man set has been out for just over a month, okay?
All right.
Spider-Man set released. Spectacular Spider-Man, the black suit one. He was going for almost $1,000.
What
Today,
version of
30.
that card?
That is the black and white
Okay.
Venom suit Spider-Man.
$1,000 to what?
Yeah. Dropped down to 630 in 30 days. Now that's still a lot of money but that's a very specific art, right?
Mm-hmm.
$400. All right, one of the other ones. This is Gwynnum Remorseless. We talked about her. She is basically Bola Citadel on a creature.
Yep.
She was going for $120 when the set dropped.
Okay.
You know what she's going for right now?
$35.
$9.
Jeez.
$9.
Is this the base or a foil or what?
This is the base.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, again, $120 for the base one as well. On day of.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, this is just me again. Just save your money. Last one. This one's for you.
Okay.
Anti-Venom, Horrifying Healer.
Oh, I want to make a deck on this.
Day of drop, $60.
Okay.
What do you think he's running for right now?
3 schmeckles.
$11.54.
I can get him in a full art maybe, and it'll be all right.
Well, let's see what Anti-Venom is in full art. He might be a little pricey still. That's some good art right there.
I would splurge on a full art Anti-Venom. I still think it's going to be my mono white commander. I really like the thought of that card.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, I'm only seeing the regular. Let's see here.
Are you
That's
on the
Etsy.
Kingdoms of Cards?
I was on TCG Player. We can go to
Anti-Venom, Horrifying Healer. So the promo is $42. The full art is $9. And then $9.99 for full art and $9.49 for
and then the
generic
extended art, the promotional, 42.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so still cheaper than what they were going for originally. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So I'm saying all of that to say the prices are going to come down. Now obviously you got your crazy, your the one rings and or not well yeah, the one rings, the soul stones, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
They're only going to go up for a while. You're jumping on that hype train. You're already lost. You know what I mean? I can't do anything for you.
Yeah.
But if you're wanting to get some of these avatar cards, you got the bundle, cool. But on the singles, which you'll save money on in the long run anyway, just 30 days. Just wait till Christmas. Literally. If you wait and get that for yourself for Christmas, it will be so much cheaper and you'll get so many more cards. I'm telling you. Okay. You ready for some avatar cards that I'm excited for?
Go for it. We all know which one I'm pretty jazzed for.
I know. The walls of boxing say.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Have you looked at any of the other cards?
I haven't, no.
Okay. All right. You're gonna like this one. It's black. You're gonna love it. All right. Koh, the Face Stealer.
Okay, let's see.
And Ko enters exile up to one other target creature. Whenever another non-token creature dies, you may exile it. Pay 1 life, choose a creature card exiled by Ko. Ko has all activated and triggered abilities of the last chosen card.
Man, that sounds like such a cool ability, but sounds like such a headache.
It's going to be hard to keep track of, but if you can, because they don't go away.
Right. That's what I'm like. Well, I guess you can kind of like
You could-
slot it under the creature like it's like an
I
equipment.
was listening to MTG Goldfish talk about this card, and he was saying you can put it switching abilities on the stack and just keep flip-flopping between his abilities and get different triggers.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like
And you
such
can
a
go
headache.
infinite. You can go infinite so easy. He was going over it, and I was like, man, that's gonna be a pretty crazy card. I don't know if I have a deck that this fits in, but I was just like, that's gonna be pretty neat. Right now, the base version is suggested. It was revealed today, so I think it's gonna probably climb a little bit. The extended foil is 170. The base version is 30.
We got non-foil 39 and 24 for the extended and base on the Kingdoms of Cards.
Yeah, I'm on TCG Player for this one. All right. Next one. This one's Avatar Aang. This is the red, green, white, blue commander that flips.
Okay.
I want to ask you. Oh, actually, I have a question for you about this card before I. Okay, so this guy, red, green, white, blue, right? He's a 4-color commander. On his backside, he generates all 5 colors, so he's technically a Wooburg commander.
He generates all 5?
On the backside.
Oh, I'm looking at a different card. All right, hold, please. Flip card. Huh. Yeah, it's a Wooburg, in my opinion.
It's a Wooburg, right?
Yeah.
But if I built this deck as a red, green, white, blue commander, and I didn't put any black in it, he generates black mana, but I don't use it. Would you still consider him a
No, he doesn't
Wooburg?
generate mana. He just makes it cost Wooburg less.
Oh, makes it cost less.
So he is not. I wouldn't say he is a black identity then.
I think you could play him as a Wooburg commander.
I don't know. That's a good question. That may be in the rules thing. I don't know. That's a very
it's not
good
reminder
question.
text.
Right. Spells you cast cost Wooburg less. Yeah, that's a good question to ask someone smarter than me.
Yes, Avatar Aang is considered Wooburg. Okay. According to the AI. Okay, I asked this to say,
I ignore the swamp on the back, and I build him as my 4-color commander, right?
Okay.
Is that wrong? Like, not wrong, but like, would you still consider that just red, green, white, blue, whatever the name of that is?
for
I don't know
the
that one.
sake of you doing the 36 deck challenge, I don't
Because
think
there's there's hardly any of the 4 colors, so
I
I'm
don't
like,
think anyone's gonna, as long as you have a
I don't think
single
anyone's
black card in there, I don't think anyone's gonna say anything.
so because, and the reason I'm bringing it up is because I'm somebody. I was talking to somebody, and they were at my local game store, and they were like, "General Tazri is your Boros commander," and I'm like, "Yeah." And he was like, "General Tazri is a Wooburg," and I was like, "I know, but I don't have any. I only have white and red spells in there." And they're like, "Well, you're playing her wrong. She's Wooburg," and I was just like, I'm not a fucking idiot. I know what color she is. I just don't. I run her as a Boros commander. So anyway, I was just curious what your thoughts, if you had any thoughts.
I
on
don't count the hairs that deep.
Okay. All right. Well, you know.
If you only have, if you have everything but black in there, I'm gonna call it whatever that color quad pairing is.
Yeah.
That's what
I
would
would
call it.
say if black was in his cost, right? If he was black, red, green, white, blue, and I was just like, I'm gonna have swamps in there to summon him, but I'm not gonna play any black
Then
spells.
yeah.
It's still a Wooburg commander,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
General Tazri has a Wooburg ability
Mm-hmm.
in her ability that I can't use because I don't have any. I only have Boros in there, right?
It's the
So,
identity of Wooburg, but you run it as a Boros. So it's like,
right.
hey, it's identity
Okay.
fluid. What's up? It can be whatever it
She's
wants.
identifying as Boros, and I
Yeah.
respect her. Yeah, I honor her
She's
choices.
a strong, independent woman.
She really is. She's so fucking good in that deck. All right, sorry. Mild tangent. All right, spoilers. I want to build an Avatar Aang deck because I need red, green, white,
He
blue.
is the protagonist of the show, is he not?
He is the main character of the show. Yes, for the first story. Yes.
Oh, there's more than
There's
one
two.
story?
There's a sequel series. So the way the Avatar cycle works is every time the Avatar dies, they're reincarnated, and so infinite stories. So there's a follow-up story that takes place with the next version of him. And
why is he the last airbender if he has fire bending?
So the Avatar is the one person who can use all of the element bending. He is the last living at the time of the show. He is the last living airbender, so therefore, like, if he dies, there will be no one that can teach airbending ever again.
Okay.
So
okay,
the cycle will effectively stop if he doesn't save the day.
okay.
Makes sense?
Makes sense now. I'm tracking.
Okay. Avatar Aang, he has flying, he has firebending too, and then whenever you waterbend, earthbend, firebend, or airbend, draw a card, and if you've done all 4 this turn, transform him. First of all, if you don't ever transform him, if you get to draw a card every time you earthbend, firebend, airbend, or waterbend, that's a great ability.
Good.
That is so good, especially when he has firebending on himself, right? Like, you just gotta swing him and you get to draw a card. That's great. That's
dang.
that's
Dude.
the
You
meatball.
can draw 4 cards, like if you have all 4 of them.
Yeah.
That's dude. Bruh.
It doesn't say and, it says or, which
Yeah.
means you can do it and it doesn't say once per turn. You can literally draw it. If you were to transform him, or if you just waterbend 4 times per turn somehow, you draw 4 cards. So good. Anyway,
I feel
sorry.
like I've
If you've
said
done
this early on in our journey here of podcasting. They need to be more conscientious of how they word these things, and being able to just repeatedly do something and get an award, a reward for repeatedly doing something. That's what makes all these broken decks, people.
It's true.
Anyway,
Okay.
off my soapbox.
Right off the rip, as of right now we're still a couple weeks out. He's going for about $25 right now.
Yep.
On Card Kingdom, and that's for the basic Betty version. And really the full art version is only 40, so like really not that bad. Again, just give it a couple of weeks. It's probably it's gonna be way less. Now this card I'm super stoked about, and this is probably because I'm a sucker for a good blue card that draws me a lot of cards, and I know you are too. All right, you ready for this?
Yeah.
This is a crazy card to spell. Wan, so WAN, SHI, Tong, TONG, comma, librarian.
All right, got it.
All right. It has flying, it's blue X, flying, flash, vigilance. When Wan Shi Tong enters, put X11 counters on him, then draw half X cards rounded down. Whenever an opponent searches their library, put a 1/1 counter on Wan Shi Tong and draw a card.
Well, how often do you search your library though?
Brother, you search your library more than you think. Every
Really?
time you crack a fetch land,
Yeah. I
every
guess at a pot
time
of 4, yeah, it'll get pretty out of control.
oh man. Just that's one of those cards if you draw, I wouldn't play him as my commander. He'd be in the 99. But if you get him on turn 1, right? If you have him in your opening hand, you can get him out on turn 2. There's a good chance you're going to get value off him and draw cards right there off the rip on that second turn cycle. If you get him at the end of the game, you can just dump 8 into his X, right? If you're like some kind of Simic deck, just dump 8 in there, draw 4 cards, and have a 9/9 flyer with vigilance out there. That's gonna be pretty nasty. That's gonna be a good card.
That's a big ol' owl.
That's a big bird.
For real.
Yeah. Right now he's going for 31 for his base, 50 for foil, according to this. Seen something different on Card Kingdom.
The basic is going for 49, and the
Oh.
full art, this is non-foil. The
Yes.
full art's going for 69. On the foil side, 54 and 99.
Nice. Yeah. So this is gonna be one of our. We'll probably next week we'll go over some more cards. But these are the cards we're gonna kind of be watching, and I'll kind of keep doing what we just did with our Spider-Man set. Just kind of keep going. We'll keep track of these cards and see how they fluctuate, just so we can kind of time out when we're going to do our purchases and things like that. But yeah, that's kind of what I was trying to get at here, is that we can be smart with our money during these times of crises where we're not getting paid. You want to do your ad read?
Oh,
Don't tell me you didn't prepare.
there was something. Oh, okay. So, not necessarily an ad read, but okay. On a lot of these YouTube channels and like gaming related channels, Gamer Sups or G Fuel is like the big thing, right? Get your own energy drink. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
So, if we're ever approached, me being Rakdos, right? I think the Rakdos burn would be a good one, and it would be ghost pepper, so it would burn in and coming out.
Yeah, I reckon.
I don't know. I was just thinking of that today when I was trying to think of a fun little ad read. I was like, man, how cool would it be if we got our own energy drink? And obviously, being the resident Rakdos players, like, yeah, Rakdos burn, ghost pepper flavor. It would just be good times all around. But
yeah, I think if we got sponsored by someone like Blue Chew, we'd just do Nissa and be like, yeah, she's going to give you a giant growth.
Yeah. Hilarious. It's fucking funny, dude.
Oh, man. And do you have a top soapbox for us today?
I kind of jumped on it a little bit there. I understand they need to make I would say they're marquee cards, right, to sell the new set that's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of these things, I feel like this is total conspiracy theory here. I have nothing to base this off of. I like to think that people making this game know better. And they're just like, hey, we need to do once per turn. We need to make this a tap ability. We need to make this, trigger once per turn kind of a thing, right? But there's someone up in the ivory tower on the high ups like, no, you will not make it once per turn. You will make it always, or however many times a turn you can, or make it a non-tap ability. So anytime you do the thing, it does the thing with like VV, just to sell
Well,
card stock. But
I think it was Command Zone, and they were talking, and they were talking about how when you have these other IPs involved, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't let the Avatar Aang card be garbage, right?
Sure.
That's their main character, right? If you're building a set around him, he's going to be good.
Yeah.
And not only that, everybody's going to want a copy of him. You know
Yep.
what I mean? So somebody at the design team probably had they love VV, and they were like, "Hey, 6 of these cards from this set need to be immaculate, and they need to be broken so that everybody wants one, and the VV wants the one that won outright." So because I'm surprised it wasn't Cloud Mercenary, Midgar Mercenary, the one where you get 2 triggers for all your equipment. I really thought that was going to be the one that won, as far as all that goes, but Voltron's not in on standards right now.
I feel like Voltron players are kind of in a group all by themselves there in the lunchroom, right?
Think so.
It's cool when they come to the table just and watch it, but everyone just picks on them. When they get there, it's like, oh, you play your commander, let me destroy it. Oh, you play your commander, let me bounce it. You know what I mean?
Hey,
It's just too easy.
I get it. Yeah, I mean, if you can't spell your name, you know what I mean? It's going to be kind of hard to leave you alone. I get it.
Yeah.
Get it.
Have we filled all of our slots for the holiday tournament?
I'm trying to get our last 2 slots filled. I've been in talks with a couple of players. So yeah, we've got 2 slots left. I was gonna put out a post on Veterans Day if we hadn't filled them out yet. But yeah, just about got everybody. So yeah, very excited. Gonna sell some bread this month in November and buy some collector boosters with it. So
the wife and I actually posted some of my closet Magic the Gathering stuff on eBay, so we'll use some of those.
Oh my goodness!
Earnings.
She's making you get rid of your stuff.
No, this was totally me.
Okay.
I was just like, let's lock in the gains, and I've already bought another box of Final Fantasy because it got reprinted and released, and it was on sale on Amazon down to $169 a box.
Ooh.
And then I picked up a second Spider-Man. It was on sale down to $149 a box.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So.
Well, YouTube is up. We're at 13 subscribers right now. We're gonna be able to retire soon.
Are they all relatives to us? Is that all 13 of them?
No, I
Like
just have really
uncles?
slow. I have really slow bots that are slowly building accounts. I actually don't know. YouTube is really weird for those of you that have never played with YouTube analytics before. It'll tell you when people like randomly click on your stuff and subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
So they actually like listened to some of our music videos, subscribed and bounced, and never listened to anything else. So cool.
Seems legit.
Glad you like the music. Which yeah, we had some. We're doing the sea shanty one this week, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh, what color combo is that?
That's the mono blue. That's the mono blue sea shanty. We're doing that one for this episode. Last week for you guys listening. We've released Rakdos Dance.
Mm-hmm.
The Jund song, which you said was motorcyclists.
I really did like that one.
It's a good song.
It's like I started
then,
thinking Sons of Anarchy, just get like one of those,
Sure.
they call them a cut or whatever it is that they wear.
Okay.
Mm,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
handlebar mustache. Got to have that.
This has all been a ruse so that I can get a motorcycle. No, and then the mono red, the haste song that I sent you, that's coming out on Saturday, and for no other reason so that I have something to listen to while I'm running during my half marathon tomorrow.
You better be listening to that Rakdos Dance when you get to like
I'm
mile
just gonna
10.
have the playlist. I'm gonna have the playlist just going for sure.
Okay.
We get a couple bangers on there. They're not all, S tier, but they're pretty good.
Hey,
I like listening to them.
You gotta have some bad ones to make the good ones really stand out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No one's got pure platinum on their albums anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So so we're up to 13. So tell your you've been telling your friends, or somebody's finding us. I don't know, but anyway, keep doing what you're doing. Keep sharing our stuff. We appreciate you. Like and all that fun stuff as well. The only other thing I've got, Top, since we're at the end of the video, we can see how many people actually make it all the way to the end of the video.
Oh.
I actually have a favor I need to ask you.
Oh no. What's up?
I need you to put me on orders.
Okay.
Like for very specific, like the mid to end of June.
The mid to end
So
of
if you
June.
you could just put me in,
Just
that'd be great.
okay. We'll see what we can do.
So so my wife and I, we just found out that we're pregnant. So we've got a baby in June coming. So I need the
My
army to pay
man.
for it. So
Are you so with your first kid? Did you wait to see what gender it was when the kid was born, or did you do it beforehand?
we waited till the ultrasound,
Mm.
but now we're being told that you can do a blood test and find out almost immediately. But I don't think the army will pay for it.
Probably
So it's
not.
going to be one of those, can we stand to wait?
Well, congratulations, my man.
Couple
That
weeks.
is
Yeah, well, thank you.
fantastic.
Yeah.
You're going to
Yeah,
single-handedly beat the Chinese here before too long.
Yeah, you know what?
Cranking them
I
out
told
this much.
I told my wife, all wars can be traced back to population density, and they will not find us lacking. There will be more children. There'll be more corgis than they can handle.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, that's all I got for tonight, Chief. Unless you have anything else.
Nope, that's it for me. I'm all tapped out. We're so glad you were here, and we'll see you again next week.
All right, bye.
With every chance and every sway, I'll send his magic far away. The crew's all trembling, the ropes are tight. Twisted creatures appearing in the night. But I'll stand firm, defending my crew. For I have protection with 2 untapped blue. Hey! The stars above are blinking out with the dawn. He will tremble as his clear hoof is transformed into a swan. He is gasping in despair after each arcane denial, and then he flashes a grin. Surely that's the last of that guile. The stars above are blinking out with the dawn. He will tremble as his clear hoof is transformed into a swan. He is gasping in despair